The sun dipped lower, painting the sky with streaks of orange and pink as the barbecue carried on. Conversations grew louder, fueled by wine and the comfort of family routine. Yet, amid the chatter, she felt the air thicken whenever he was near. She excused herself, carrying her glass toward the wooden deck that overlooked the lake. The water shimmered, reflecting the last light of the day. She thought being alone for a moment might calm her restless heart, but before long, she heard footsteps behind her. It was him. Plate in hand, shirt slightly unbuttoned now, as if the heat from the grill had demanded it. He leaned against the railing beside her, silent at first, just watching the water. For a moment, it felt innocent, two people sharing the view. But when his eyes shifted to her, lingering longer than they should, the innocence shattered. "Do you miss being away?" he asked casually, voice steady, though his glance betrayed something heavier. She shrugged, forcing a smile. "Sometimes, but coming back feels different this time." Different. The word hung between them, loaded with more than just small talk. She sipped her wine, avoiding his gaze, but every nerve in her body screamed with awareness. From the backyard, someone called his name, laughter echoing through the yard. He didn't move immediately. Instead, he placed the plate down on the railing and leaned slightly closer, lowering his voice. "You've grown. Not just in age, but in presence, in confidence." The way he said it wasn't meant for a family gathering. It was meant for her. Only her. Her breath caught, and before she could reply, he stepped back, picking up the plate again as if nothing had been said. He walked away, leaving her with her heart racing, her glass trembling slightly in her hand. The night wasn't over, and she knew this was only the beginning. The night carried on, the barbecue turning into quiet music and half-empty glasses scattered across the tables. Most of the family had drifted inside, laughter echoing faintly from the living room. She lingered by the deck, the cool breeze brushing against her skin, but eventually followed the trail of voices back into the lake house. Inside, the warm glow of lamps replaced the fading sunlight. People were sprawled across couches, some too full from dinner to move, others half asleep. She slipped into the kitchen for a glass of water, hoping the stillness there would slow her racing thoughts. But once again, she wasn't alone for long. He entered quietly, setting an empty wine bottle on the counter. The space felt suddenly smaller, the hum of the refrigerator louder than the conversations outside. Their eyes met, and neither looked away this time. He leaned against the counter, close enough for her to notice the faint scent of smoke and cedar clinging to his shirt. "You always disappear when the night gets interesting," he teased softly, his tone light, but his gaze weighted. She laughed, but it came out nervously. "Maybe I just like quiet." "Or maybe," he said, stepping closer, "you're avoiding something." Her grip tightened on the glass. The tension wasn't just in the air, it was inside her, coiling tighter with every second. He wasn't supposed to look at her that way. She wasn't supposed to enjoy it. Yet there they were, bound by silence more intimate than any touch. From the hallway, footsteps approached. Instantly, he straightened, his expression shifting back into the casual calm of a family gathering. She took a step back, placing the glass on the counter before anyone walked in. It was only her cousin, asking if she wanted dessert. She smiled politely, shaking her head, while he excused himself with a nod, disappearing once again into the crowd. The evening had grown darker, the lake reflecting the stars like a scattered mirror. Music from inside had softened to murmurs and laughter, but outside, the air felt heavier, charged with a quiet electricity. She stepped onto the balcony, wrapping her cardigan tighter around her shoulders, thinking she was alone. but he appeared behind her almost silently, leaning on the railing beside her. The scent of cedar and tobacco lingered, making her pulse quicken. "You know," he said, voice low, "some moments are meant to be shared." She turned slightly, caught between caution and curiosity. "Shared how?" Before she could answer, he leaned closer, just enough for their shadows to mingle in the dim light. His gaze held hers, steady and intense. She realized the playful teasing from earlier had transformed into something weightier, something that pulled her in despite herself. The wind rustled through the trees, carrying soft whispers of the night. Her heart raced, each beat synchronized with the tension building between them. Every instinct screamed to step back, yet her feet remained planted, as if the air itself held her in place. Suddenly, the sound of a chair scraping inside the house made them both freeze. He straightened, offering her a subtle, knowing smile. It was a silent agreement. This was a game of patience, a delicate dance of timing and anticipation. And then a spark, a fleeting touch of hands as he guided her to the railing's edge sent shivers down her spine. That small contact carried a world of unspoken promises, teasing what might come without revealing it entirely. As the clock struck near midnight, the night seemed to hold its breath. She glanced down at the water, the moonlight glinting off gentle waves, and realized the ordinary family gathering had transformed into something unforgettable, something that would linger in memory long after the night ended. When he finally spoke again, it wasn't a question nor a statement. It was a single. The lake house buzzed with laughter, glasses clinking, and the smoky scent of grilled meat filling the air. The family barbecue was in full swing, and everyone seemed wrapped in cheerful conversations. Yet, in the middle of all the noise, her eyes found his, a look too long, too sharp to be innocent. She had only recently returned from college, glowing with the kind of energy that made every room brighter. Dressed in a light summer dress, she tried to blend into the family chatter, but her mind kept wandering. And there he was, her uncle by marriage, tending to the grill like nothing was unusual. Sleeves rolled up, revealing strong arms dusted with smoke and heat. It was ridiculous, she thought. Impossible. Still, every time he leaned forward to flip the meat, she noticed how his shirt clung slightly to his back, how effortlessly he commanded the scene. It was dangerous, how magnetic the simplest gestures became when you weren't supposed to notice them. At one point, he caught her staring. He didn't smirk, didn't tease. He only raised his glass slightly, as if in a silent toast just for her. Her cheeks burned instantly, and she quickly looked down at her plate, pretending to be busy with her fork. But inside, she knew the game had started. It wasn't loud. It wasn't obvious. It was a subtle pull, a thread of electricity weaving through the crowd, a secret only the two of them seemed to understand. The grill sizzled, someone laughed too hard at a joke, and music from a small speaker carried across the yard. Yet for her, the world had narrowed to that unspoken connection. Every second dragged, every glance stretched thin with tension. And when he finally walked toward her with a plate in hand, she felt her breath hitch. Because sometimes the most dangerous fire wasn't in the grill, it was the one no one else could see.